especially on a map like Split. It's so useful in these difficult choke points to be able to just get a free life to push back the defenders, or even just get them to fall back entirely, and maybe they just give up the ground for free. So we'll see how it works out. We are going to kick things off here on map 2 between Dig and Envious.
Really awesome to, especially on Split, watch where the Omens start. Where are they looking? Looks like we're going to get from Envy's side here on attack, a smoke towards Heaven. Coming from Dig's side on Superman, down towards mid, and there they go.
Get a dash play up a ram from Mummy, and that's so typical on this map to see. We'll probably see it a bunch of times more as Shanks tries to hold on to a Heaven. Those nades doing some damage, down to 20 for Shanks. He's going to be very cautious. He's got a lot of help coming up the ropes though, and in fact there's so much help. There's 4 players on it. In fact, the entire team for Dig is now up there, and they will rush down Mummy. They've taken back a ram, but there was a cost.
That was a cost. I like that though. They turned Zipline into a jungle gym for a second, running through there with all 5 members. Superman goes down as Calypso finds a quick kill with the Ghost there. Oh, will he get that? Will he get poised? And he does get one, but it's not going to be enough for the kill as they start trading off of the zipline. FNS and Akis coming up with 2 quick kills. Envy takes round 1 here of map 2.
There we go. That savage aggression from Dig all the way up ropes is not going to pay off for them. Though that said, given all of the action, how we saw the dash, we saw the Omen smoke and so on, it really felt like a huge A hit coming out of Dig and sorry, Envy. And whenever you lose that A ramp control like that, the pressure on the defense is huge. You're really thinking about that rotation immediately when you lose that position. So it's no surprise. And we'll see Envy going for classic anti-eco strats here. Just going for a fast play towards the A site, using the utility, and it shouldn't be a problem. But that's a great paranoia. Oh, they can't convert out of it.
Right. So close. DDK, that was picture perfect, but the shots just cannot come through. We were seeing that Envy just had beautiful pictures of them drawn on the wall behind them with bullets. Calypso takes out Shanks with a quick shot to the face, and now it's the setup for D. Not even going to be a shorty here for Poised as Mummy finds the face quick. And it's all up to Def now. Can he do this?
What does he have? Does he have a Ghost or something?
It's a Frenzy.
Oh, it's a Frenzy. All right, so it could be good for one. If he could get Calypso and steal away the Vandal, that would be just fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's the win condition. That's the objective. I'll have to see if he can complete his mission.
Staying just in front of a trap.
And here we go. The Frenzy. Oh, that's unfortunate for Def. That would have been huge. They would. Oh, actually, they would have. I think. Okay, they didn't actually have Akis right behind that, so he would have been able to trade it out. Worst case. So 2-0, and now we're into the gun rounds.
All right, Envy. Which way do we go here? Momentum in their favor. Spectre's by, so a little bit of a bonus round, or Spectre's saved, I should say. So a bit of a bonus round for FNS and Akis to have guns for the team or more utility. I mean, it works, right? Sage and Cypher are both super expensive utility. And it actually looks like that was traded out to Mummy. So Mummy can have an op later. So we see the econ work already for Envy there coming into play.
Shanks looking for that action in mid there, just the peek, the forward off angle there, and then the dash out. Beautiful stuff from him to open things up towards mid. A wall goes down as well to make things a little bit more difficult for Envy to take back control after they've lost 2 players at the start of this round. That's very difficult indeed. The B main and mid exchanges both lost. However, 3 versus 4 is not an unrecoverable position for the attackers with so much time on the clock. They just have to figure out with what they have left how they can play it. And they do have the smokes, at least, from Calypso that are available, as well as a Paranoia. However, Poised here with these Ice Orbs could really foil this entire push.
Oh, I think they saw him. It might have been an edge there, since we do see Akis a little bit farther away. The wall is to the B-male side. I like the boost of FNS. Was like, wait a minute. He stays alive, though. Akis comes up with a kill on a Poise. That's going to be a big kill, making it 3-3 now here. Psalm's going to be watching Heaven as Shanks has B. So set up well on defense. Can Envy break this as they're looking for B Heaven?
But Dig have a trip in ropes, so they know that Envy aren't going for the A play. They were actually
call.
And so that's a really huge thing. Not going to buy this one, but Shanks has to deliver 3 kills. If he does, he can pull out the knives, but I mean, it's not going to happen. Won't get any kills in that instance. Very unfortunate, but you have to credit Envy. They knew exactly what they were up against, given the prior action in this round. And they handled it well, and it leaves Superman to just lurk around, see if he can find something here. And if he can get something given to him, he may decide to commit. Actually, it looks like he may just commit regardless. And that's not going to help with the first few bullets, and that's going to be Envy with the round.
Unfortunate. It seemed like he just took an extra second to think there. Superman comes up with a shot. We all know that feeling. 3 now for Envy as we come into round 4. Remember, those were some saves, some bonus buys for them, so quite a bit of money on this side. We don't actually have that too many of the guns coming out, as it is a save here for the side of Dignitas as expected. Sheriffs, though, as they are looking to hit those laser headshots and some secondary armor. So really looking to make this one count from the side of Dig.
There's that Boombot just destroying any dream, any hope of a quick peek there for Def with the Sheriff. However, he's not going to give up on that dream. Seems like he really, really wants to believe. And he'll keep the push going with that Sheriff. And the question is, how far does he want to go? He's got his 3 teammates in mid, so he wants to wait for them to make distraction first, surely. But he will actually peek quickly. And if there had been some action there in mid from his teammates, that may have given him a timing. But there is a wall down in mid. And Envy are respecting that Dig may do something a little bit crazy, knowing that they don't have much money and may mitigate that by grouping up somewhere and making a play.
They know he's right there. You can see a bit of that travel from the Omen. So they're slowly pushing up to heaven now from that side of Envy. And they've already called that the Paranoia strat went mid, so they can kind of get into a choke here if they need to against Dignitas' Supermen when they get into a site. FNS still up top. This is where I was kind of talking about that he has those 1, 2, 3 kill rounds when presented with multiple enemies. Mame starts this one off onto Superman, and that's going to be the lower site take.
Yeah, I like this a lot from Envy. We'll go into that in a moment, but Shanks might still be able to do something here with the Sheriff. Oh, Calypso knows his peaks and takes down Shanks with these. Great clearance of the A site there. Very textbook from Envy and very clean. Def with the Sheriff once again, looking to find his way forwards, but unfortunately gets hit by the Paranoia. He cannot find any element of surprise, and he will find his kill eventually, though. He's working a long time for that one, so you got to give it to him.
I like it. He's looking for the one tap strafe to boop, boop, and then he takes one himself. Traded by the teammate. Nicely done. As they're having a bit of fun here. 5 rounds in. Envy feeling good, especially on attacker side here, DDK.
Yeah, I like that Envy kept that last round simple. They had the ability. Some teams would have tried to run a fake off of the forward position they had on A ramp, but Envy understand that it's an anti-eco. We just have to group up. We've already got strong forward positions. Let's just finish the round. And speaking of which, the double operator coming out from Dig, that could be the difference they need. And here goes Shanks with the peek. The camera goes out first. And looks like Shanks won't find much love there, unfortunately for him. Superman, though, that deep dark cover is proving quite valuable, and that's going to be the defenders. Dig starting off with a 1-player advantage.
Very nicely done. They do have neural uplink from Def. Envy's coming in with 2 ultimates, and one of those is going to be on Caboose. So we see if this may open up, be heaven. Already pushed up towards mid here. This would be a great place to use it and have a good amount of return on investment. A flank in from FNS means nobody's coming around. So again, slowly, Envy's taking as much ground as they can before even having to fight. And it seems like Dig kind of wants to give it to him.
Yeah, I think Dig are very well aware that the mid push was coming after that pick that they got towards the A ramp position. And now Envy are kind of stuck. They do have time to wait out some of the utility. It's not incredibly desperate. We have the rocket available, as mentioned, by Caboose. And that may be pulled out just to force Poised back. It doesn't even need to connect the shot, but they do need to clear B Heaven at this point, as they don't really have prospects anywhere else. And it is being reinforced. Doubling back is kind of a crazy maneuver. They could try to go for it, but it would. Everything right now looks bad, but there's the pop of the rocket, and Caboose will find Poised. Superman will drop him on the trade, but now it has to happen for Envy as they push forwards.
It's kind of hard to follow the raise. Can't blame him for having Superman pick up a few kills. Shanks comes up big, and Superman with the quadra coming in this round as Dig picks up their first on that 5th round. We head into round 6.
That was really beautiful, and one thing I think which is interesting here is that Envy, if they can start punishing ropes more by just taking ropes and just destroying the traps and so on, that's gonna really help, because we're seeing that Dig are able to cheat players over, because they always know when Envy take mid, they always know what Envy are going to do, because even if Envy try to fake, well, they have the signs, the signaling from the trips that are placed in ropes to know exactly what Envy are intending.
The peak jump. You know, I try to do that and I get shot every time. Maybe I need to practice more. See what Shanks can do. I actually love this position up on top of what I call newsstand. Just this little area in B. Thank you for looking down and showing everyone, Shanks. It looks like another just slow mid here from Envy. Looks like they put the smoke up a little late for Zipline, and again, slowly pushing up as much as they want, as much as they can take, and it is enough of a distraction to take Shanks down. They give him a what for, and Mummy unravels his opponent.
Beautiful stuff. And look how good the timing is here for Envy. Everyone else was ready in top mid. They wall off the ropes position and they hit that B side hard. But once again, Dig, they've got fast rotations, but it doesn't matter if they can't get the kill. Superman's working on that very fact right now, but he will go down eventually, leaving Just Def alone. Great shot comes through, and now with the spike about to be planted, they need to go and plant it. This does give Def some room to work with, although as a Cypher, it's going to be difficult. Oh, that said, a corpse for the neural theft, and with that, he has a chance. He can pick up a rifle if he wants to. He's going to go forwards with the operator.
This is going to be tough. Oh, just between the smokes. A bit of movement is seen. Caboose takes that one out, and it was still going to be a difficult play. The op goes down there, saved up, and thrown over to the team of Envy here as they switch it around to get that back on to Mame. Now, let's see how this one went down to start off. What a play, a distraction. Usually you just ask for a jump peek, but Caboose will give you that much more.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. And they can rely on that too, because they know in these big buy rounds that they're working with an operator so commonly around B main.
Yep.
That even if it's not Shanks, we've seen that Def is playing it there, so they felt really confident with that one. Beautiful stuff,
For sure.
Great awareness and a great read, and different pacing coming in here. Just 3 players taking this B main position. They had the Ice Orb there to prevent any pushes, gave them early control. There's the counter, a cage, which could mean now someone has crossed. Run it back from start. Get the information. They see 3 players. That's a huge amount of info, and there goes the paranoia in response.
It is. It pays off for the way they've structured as well. Only Shanks is going to be in that A site. They're perfectly fine with this, seeing 3 in B main. So Dignitas set up really nice here to start off, and it's going to make Envy have to kind of react, move a bit around. I'm sure they're happy with what's going on still. Maybe not going to end B in the first place anyways. Mame with Blade Storm and an operator here as they slowly, again, work mid. It kind of going back to a default to see if they can pick off Dig.
And they burned to run it back there, Envy, just with their pressure. They didn't spend very much for that. That's such a big result. And they got rid of the flash, too, from the Omen. So they're in a great spot to finish the round, but they have to get in position for the split. And you can see that's quite difficult. They don't even have a split. In fact, Sam has taken B main control. He's already flanking. There's less than 30 seconds to go, and they've got to move through a judge or go through ropes into the A heaven position, and there's a dark cover. There are problems everywhere. We've even got the daggers out there on the A side as well. Superman there will go down, but again, time is a problem. If Shanks plays this perfectly as well. Oh no, Dev! In from the back! And the Phantom's going to do so much work, and oh no, Shanks can't get it done, but how can they plant in time? 5 seconds, 4 seconds, just enough time. And there goes the res from Poised.
0.3 seconds as that bomb went down. Spike went down. 2 in heaven. 3 in heaven. 2 on floor. 2 going ramp now for the side of Dig. What can Def do from the top? He had a big cleanup already. And now we're going to see going down towards the bottom side. Psalm in there as well with Poise. Mummy makes the shot happen. Mummy again. Can it be that Mummy wins this for the team? Caboose is able to come up with the last kill, though, at the end of that train. 3 for him and 6 now for Envy.
It's really a sign of an experienced team, a team that works really well together. When you're in these positions where there's less than 30 seconds left and you have to make one of these desperation calls and send everybody to one site. And just the way that they managed to get down here and just clutch this round out was really phenomenal. Envy are playing really well on Split. And we kind of expected that they would have a great game on Split here. We've seen it so many times.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Dig are really struggling to get their bearings, and none of their play. Like, we're seeing all the counters to Shanks. We're seeing all the counters from Envious. They know how to deal with the operators, and that was one of the questions we were asking in the pregame.
Exactly. Is it harder for Shanks to move around, to find new spots, to not set a precedent to his play? And it does seem like Envy is able to read a bit of that book here coming in. Shanks not getting the opening shots that he wants. 11 first bloods last game in a 30-kill game. A little drought for him coming in here as he goes down for another kill on the side of Envy to start things off. And they make quick work of another save round on the side of Dig here. Just Superman left with the Sheriff. Having some toast on A-Ram.
Yeah, I love those gun buddies. That's one of my favorite ones, I think, actually.
Yeah, I like the cheese. The cheese is a good one.
Yeah, that's a classic. The toast speaks to my British sensibilities.
Good bit of Gouda on your gun. Here we'll see a little bit of line work. Supermen. How super is he? Oh, must have shot. He had that. He had the angle, but Calypso was watching it. And he comes up with 3 kills. Calypso with a nice round there to give himself some confidence moving into round 9 for Envy. 7 rounds for them on attack. 1 for Dig now.
We'll see whether or not there's a recovery here. It's starting to feel like it could get a little bit too... Well, it's going to become too late soon. And so Dig needs to really figure out a new approach here. It's very difficult when you're on the defense and you're like, it's not... And like, we can't figure out a way to bust that default. Because on a map like Split, you have way less options to make aggressive plays. Unlike Bind. Bind, you can go aggressive almost everywhere, but on this map it's much more difficult. Shanks here in mid will try to find that early pick, and they're going to go for a mid play with Shanks watching the Ramen side as his teammates walk down looking towards sewers. So they've got this huge clearance, and there's that TP to fake it out, and Calypso, he's exposed this mid aggression, and he can just hold here and just entertain them forever.
Def trying to go for that first peek. Is going to shift around. Oh, yeah, I was going to say that's right in the eyes of Poise. The fake in the first one worked, but not the secondary as Calypso gets a little too in his own head for that play. 3 left here for Dignitas, and we're seeing for Envy much that we did here for Dig in the first game. Ults don't really need to be used each time. We see them stacking up as Envy accrues rounds as well, which gives them a bit of padding. If a res does want to come through here, they can get that down, but it does not look like Akis is moving for that res just yet.
And just as you say that, just as you say that, okay, there he goes. Oh, good catch from Mummy as well. So the res might not even.
Yeah, maybe hold on that because they definitely have economy as well.
And they've got so much pressure and presence towards A, they can go for the rotation towards B pretty freely. And they definitely have a good guess on this one. Make it even safer. The wall goes up on ropes and. Doesn't really seem like there's much that they can do here, and given that their economy absolutely sucks, they would really do well to hold on to their weapons, and that's not going to be allowed.
You never expect another one to be there, right? But Mummy holding the lower shot and all of those calculations going through his head that someone could be here on my top left or right, and we see how quick he can take to making that shot out of the blue.
Oh,
Superman.
Oh my God.
Does not get caught like Shanks does, and he takes down Akis, but now the hunt is on, DDK. Will they get the op out of Superman's hands?
Maybe they will. I mean, he could just TP.
That's true.
Get that TP going. That would be really amazing. I
don't
think
I've ever seen the bomb.
Exactly. I was just what I was thinking. I was like, I haven't seen. Oh,
oh my
done.
God. Go defuse the bomb, please.
Where is he going? Okay, he's just going.
Safe. I'll take it.
That's awesome.
Really great shots, though. I mean,
yeah.
Superman is a rifler for Dignitas here, and we definitely saw that potential of a quick opper. Understanding it's a little bit easier when you know the enemy's hunting you, giving you 1v1s in a semi-pressure situation, but those were some clean shots.
We can see how much it matters too, because it allows them to have a full buy now because he saved the operator.
Yeah.
And it's a full buy with an operator.
That's a great point.
So that's actually a huge save from Superman. If you know, Dig are to recover here, they need absolutely everything that they can get. Looking at a best case scenario of a 4-8 first half finish, we'll see how they decide to open up things in this round. But previously, I mean, all that they've really done successfully is that mid aggression, but that seems rather transparent at this point. You can see that.
Yeah,
that is something that's Envy are ready to deal with. Oh, they're walking into B.
The dark vision I thought would have slowed him a bit. What? Envy is just saying, okay, my turn. Is the milady, as Puckett would say. Tip of the hat real quick. Still going to be a little bit of danger in B main coming in from Caboose, but it looks like Saw makes quick work of Calypso and mid. Shanks finds one across the map as well, and Envy is getting picked apart here as they run a default on Dignitas.
There might be a recovery here. Now, I think, oh, there's no satchels. If there was satchels to get across. Okay, there's a wall actually, so that's Caboose's chance to make his way across. He doesn't take it. And that's now the spike just stuck in no man's land. If Caboose was able to get the spike to sewers, given how forward Finesse is towards ropes, there would have been a potential for a round win, as crazy as it sounds. But of course now there is no chance. Finesse is just looking to get some damage, maybe survive. And Dig they're going to pick up this round. That's huge, and they will survive with 4 players too, so they can keep the operators rolling in the remaining rounds.
Seems like they're doing decent, even though their backs are against the wall. They can still continue to run some of these defensive strats on Envy here, and this was a good one in mid. Like you said, Envy's been a little transparent about what's going on, and Dignitas has to act on that. You can't just say, okay, they'll take mid, so we'll look to pinch them when they come up heaven or in zipline, because at that time, you've already peaked them. You're not just giving them mid or zipline. You're dying when it happens. So I like the aggression there from Dig. They take control of the round themselves, and Envy gets caught out.
Yeah, and I liked Envy's idea at the beginning of the round, because they're thinking, okay, Dig's only answer that's been working for them has been those mid plays, so let's just contact into the B site. And they kind of messed up their sort of gunplay when they were contacting in, and they overexposed themselves, and then I think it was a desperation play for them to try to go for that mid take, and that makes it feel like if Envy if they stick to their basics, they should be good to go here. Now we're going to see once again the battle of the operators, and everyone's still standing for now.
So this time Superman is in B. They have a bit more finesses in heaven still. Shanks is going to play A, so they have switched it up, but I think it's just to get the Omen smokes out. They can't use this paranoia for a peek mid here. They're just playing it super, super safe. We see Psalm hanging out on top of ramp.
Oh,
a lot of dry peeking, DDK. I am surprised right now. These offers just want to get the upper hand to start the round off.
Yeah, and it's pretty scary. And in all of that, Envy are winning, because look how much position they've gained in middle here. Now, Def will defend against A-Kiss, but now Def understands that mid is completely compromised. Poise will get some info here with the operator. Caboose. The question is, will they expect Poise to be here and have an operator? Because if they peek this angle dry as well, then Poise will get a kill and will be able to reset and back away for free. They cannot allow that to happen. They would be in a 3v5, so we'll see if they make the right call. There is no boombot here for Caboose. He has some satchels and some bombs, but the distraction's running in, and he shoots the tripwire, and that's going to give his position up. The cage goes up for just in time there to cover him, and that's not ideal, but you know what? It's going to work out, because Superman is going to ravage this push.
Okay, now we know why Superman was at B. He puts himself on the box with a shadow step, and it is unexpected. Not played yet by Dignitas, and it takes Envy by storm on that round.
All right, so that they're getting some rounds.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. Play it a little differently. Switch sites, freshen things up when they feel stale. And Superman here soaring through this round.
Oh, so beautiful. It feels so good when your team just baits for you and you're in a spot like that. Really
so good.
Nice. So it looks like we might see just a full send into the A side here from Envy. They can have the paranoia up the A ramp there, and they will get the dark cover out first. There goes the paranoia. And Shanks is going to take down Mummy straight away. That's not a good sign. Out come the daggers here to defend.
And they've gotten a lot of utility here out of Envy that they want to take the site with, almost taking down Caboose. He's under heaven now, and Def is not going to be able to make that play happen, even knowing where he is. Psalm now has made his way down ramp. Do they know he's already flanking slightly? It's a push-through. Wait, it's a push-through for Envy. Do they keep going? It doesn't look like Caboose was able to make it out, and now they're separated, DDK.
Yeah, this is looking really grim, and Superman will finish it off. And Dig have found a new lease of life late into the first half to give themselves a chance moving into the second.
That's huge.
We'll have to see if 4 rounds are enough. Again, it feels like Envy are the more seasoned team on split, so one would imagine they'll have more answers for the defense. But the question also remains, what does Dig's offense look like?
You hear these pings coming in from Finesse, or from Def right now. Here, and they went straight up A ramp and then to the right side. So maybe a bit of utility here to distract. It looks like they're actually leaving that spike towards A. Drop back a little further. He says, this is too close. They can see it. And smokes here from B. And looks like from sewers from Superman. So we already see that Calypso is ready on B site.
All right, so Def definitely can't die, because although he's controlling any pushes on A ramp, he's also got the spike next to him, so he's going to be the guy that rotates through with it. Unless they decide that they will go back to A. If some action happens towards B main or towards mid, they have the option to rotate back and take the spike and take it through to the A side as well. And it looks like There is some help coming towards Def there. Shanks will collect the spike, or at least run past it.
It is interesting. They're rotating around each other. It's kind of like they take a position that someone leaves to make sure the flank is held, but they're offering the utility that is needed in that area, right? If you need the cam to go mid now to suss some things out, that's great. Nothing peaked mid, and it looks like it is going to be that 4 over towards A. I mean, at this point, you have to expect somebody's holding that B heaven mid. Maybe the A guy is back in heaven, and that's what they're hoping. Dig can get themselves a little closer with poised fake on B.
Exactly. This feels like a real good sell if you get the wall there and you see the Sage, but they're going up towards A before the play can come in towards B. Call. So this is, yeah, we'll have to see if the timing works out here for Dig. They can hit their shots, of course, and that's what's happening so far, but Finesse, he's been such a good look. Great damage. So precise, straight in the dome again. Finesse will finally go down. It's Superman, of course. Who else with the Ghost? Gets the tag on the head, but Akis will remain standing. And Envy pick up the round. Yeah, you meet a Sage there, Akis with wall and armor for that round with a classic, and he is glad he bought that armor. We'll see this one again as it comes in. And you're right, that it was a hesitation on the Sage wall to come in, and it just seemed like it didn't give enough distraction, and that's what would have been make or break on the round. I feel like Finesse, he gets the right click there so many times. It felt like I think he was like looking at his mini-map or something. It looked a little slow on the reaction there. But regardless, Envy pick up that first round. That's not a good sign here as far as Dig are concerned. They will be on the full buy. Shanks with the Judge. Let's expect a tailwind updraft somewhere. But do they wait out the wall? We'll have to see how they handle this. This flash goes over the top. Caboose with the Judge of his own. So this is going to be a pretty crazy round, I think. I can't wait. I can't wait for them to open up this wall. Another flash around, prepping. And that one pod's going to hit. Here comes the paranoia through. They dash in. What's the Judge going to be able to do? And it's Caboose has hardly even seen anybody as they drop. He is the last one to get a kill, honestly. Poise does find a stinger frag, and it's now going to be up to him running around. Gives him a heal. That'll give away his position, and this should be an easy kill here for the side of Envy. Well, you like the idea from Dig. You know, one of the gotta go fast. Yeah, and I think, you know, some of the logic there too is that maybe they're thinking to themselves, this is a weaker map for us, especially in this matchup. We don't expect to win this. We're going to need to take some pretty huge risks. Let's get the force buy. Let's get it back into the game straight away and make things really uncomfortable for Envy, as opposed to relying on our buy rounds on a map where we're not as confident as some others. So onto the A side here for Dig. Don't hold back on this save round. What do you have over there, Mame? Oh, the stinger. Double traps for him into sight, knowing they're running down very quickly through that ramp. And Mame's playing such a dangerous spot. As soon as Dignitas detects those traps, they run back, and Mame's going to try the big flank DDK, but it's a heaven fight again! And it looks like Dig has made it in. Yeah, nice isolation of the Heaven player there. But here comes Mame with the damage, with the Ghost, the stinger, all of it. And his teammates as well. And they will clear up the round. It's a great idea, though, from Dig. I like that a lot. They do get some damage in it at the very least, a couple kills. Yeah. But they're going to have to make a pretty huge comeback happen. And it doesn't happen off of gimmicks. They've got to really win some straight-up gun rounds with some good defaults, with some good mid-rounding, like good calls, and some clutch post plants. You never expect it, right? It's sometimes nobody went ramp, and everybody went floor, and that time it's everybody went ramp and nobody went floor. It's one of the other DDK. Someone's always behind you when you're trying to take A. That was a great job by Mummy to make it him that time. Calypso looking for a fast op. So now they know there's an op over onto that B site. We see Calypso trying to whip out the big gun here to put down some kills as Shanks fires out with first blood. And again, that's what changes the round for Dig when Shanks can find that kill. Yeah, that's really huge. Raze is so good at holding onto the mail position. All those bombs are gone. Akis just spotted 2 players. Oh, my word. So lucky to stay alive. And there's Calypso. There's that operator once again. That's a huge kill to get. Now there's the question for Dig. They've got a minute to well, not a minute to decide, but a minute to play out the rest of the round. It's a 4 versus 4. They know they've got a lot of information towards B. They've taken out the Raze. Do they go towards A? Now, there's a cheat here for Envy because they've got the trips on the ropes, and so they can just leave one player towards A for now because they have that ropes info.
It was great info there to click on Psalm. We see that he has a Phantom but light armor. So Diggs forcing themselves in again, knowing Envy cannot get that much closer to gain point. They don't want to go to another map. That third map still to be chosen here. Def peeking out, trying to hold the hard angle to hopefully grab the op down, and it's all up to Calypso in the back of the site. Now him with the AWP, or the op, 1.6 brain, as Def takes down Calypso, and now it is going to be in sight. 2 members of Dignitas here. And will the Blade Storm come out? Mame feels like it's what he needs. Oh baby!
You love to see it, and it's not done just yet because here comes Def there from the spawn position. The tap on the bomb. Will he get it halfway or go for the full defuse? Aegis comes off and he wins the battle. Hits Def straight in the face with that Phantom.
That's huge.
Great work there. What a crazy round from Envy and Calypso. Some heads-up plays there. What an insane attack. Envy knew it was coming too. That was beautiful.
Absolutely, and just the way they're able to retake the site, confidence, Calypso as well on the operator. We see these changes coming in from both teams, and I'm sure they weren't expecting the Omen to have this even throughout the round. So Rush Calypso get taken down in Def with the shot there just to the left of Aegis as he peeled off the bomb.
Man, that push in front of his own smoke from Calypso, I really love that. They're going to call him out here. They're going for him hard here. Oh, the up draft, sorry, comes through after the dash as you expect. And well, it's not going to work out. Caboose is there with the support. And Caboose makes it even worse, adding insult to injury. What is even left here now for Dig? Only 3.
DDK, that's a bit of Dignitas' own medicine. That was Superman's spot towards the last round on Envy, and they use it against them. Calypso coming up still with the operator. Mame now firing the rifle down Superman's throat, and they're going to push in. Psalm in that mail room. That's it. Delivery. And it's 13 rounds going to the side of Envy on split. Their map pick is a win. Dignitas' map pick of Bind was a win. Let's hit map 3.
Absolutely. That was a great game. And, you know, we expected that Envy would be comfortable. And I think we're really leaning towards, like, in knowing that, you know, you got a guy like Shags who just popped off massively.
Yeah.
In knowing that there's so much skill on the side of Dig, you felt like they could find some answers, but I love that we see Envy, despite a really long day, settle into their just typical split game plan, and they adapted on the fly, and they made sure that they understood the style of their opponents, and they always knew how to deal with stuff.
Yeah, absolutely able to shake that first match off. And we have a third game on our hands. I'm excited to see what comes out of this one because both teams seem to have a good variety on the maps that we saw, switching up a bit of the composition, switching up a bit of the guns we see them using, and they have really started to kind of push themselves outside the box.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting to see like the evolution as well, like day to day, let alone week to week from the teams that we're seeing in this tournament. And that's I think why it's so hard to predict things because there's so many small details. Like that game in particular, for example, both teams relied on the tripwire and ropes and used that so heavily. That's really easy to deal with. You can just have to just go and spend the effort clearing it. It wasn't really protected, and that would have changed the face of the entire game. So just that one note would change the next split matchup these teams would have massively.
All right, we're not done yet here from the Pop Flash Ignition Series. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more games.